Good morning. Please unmute your microphone. Turn on your microphone on the left side.
Oh, sorry. Good afternoon. Good afternoon from Singapore.
Hello. Actually, here is morning, Pooba. Good morning.
Understand.
Yeah.
Understand. Good morning. Good morning.
Good afternoon to you.
Can I share screen? Yeah. Thank you,
Yeah.
sir. Thank you.
Yeah. Please share your screen.
Doctor.
How are you?
I am because I'm not. I'm okay. I'm okay. I just had my lunch. I am not so familiar with this platform, but I try.
You can find the button, share screen button in the middle of the page.
Yeah. Can you see the screen?
Yeah, we can see the screen. Yeah,
Can
if
you see
if you maximize the slide, it would be better. Yeah, it's perfect now. Yeah, it's okay.
Insurance Book Cafe.
Insurance Book Cafe. Yeah, welcome to Insurance Book Cafe. Pooba, we try to test with you at the moment, and after a few minutes, I believe after 3 minutes from now, we will start again. I will start the meeting and will pass it to you. I will have a few words and then you please continue.
Okay. And how long does this go on for?
The meeting is usually 1 hour, but if you need more time, you can go ahead.
Are you allowing questions during the class?
I believe it would be perfect if the people ask the question after the class.
Okay.
In order
so
to you to be, yeah.
Because for my screen I cannot see the chat box. I don't have chat box.
Yeah, I believe.
Is there a chat box?
Yes, there is a chat box. Hi.
But
This is the chat box.
But I can't see the.
Can you see? Can you see the?
No, I need to remove the screen. I need to remove the screen to look at the chat box.
Yeah.
Is that?
I believe, yeah, put it in the end of the meeting, and we can ask people to speak instead of typing their question. We can ask them to speak. Turn on their mic. Yeah.
Okay, no problem.
So please share again your slides, and we have only 1 minute.
Is it okay now?
Yeah, it's perfect.
Thank you.
فرکش اگر تایید بدی شروع کنیم.
بله داره ضبط میشه. ممنونم.
Thank you. Hello everyone, my name is Mohsen, and it is truly our pleasure to welcome all of you to today's session of Insurance Book Cafe program. I sincerely appreciate your presence. It is your engagement that gives meaning to this platform and inspire us to continue sharing knowledge and insight together. Today, we are honored to host a distinguished guest whose name is well known across the region in the field of engineering insurance. Our special guest, Pooba, is highly respected lecturer with deep expertise and invaluable experience in this area. It is a privilege to have the opportunity to catch up with Pooba and benefit from his knowledge again. In this session, we will explore one of the most critical and timely topic in the insurance and engineering world, flood risk, mainly at construction site, and how the C.A.R. policy respond to this exposure, including to what extent flood is covered, which clauses may limit or restrict the flood related claims, how plant and machinery are usually insured separately, and why project delay caused by flood are generally not covered under the policy. Given his strong background and professional insight, we can look forward to a very informative and practical discussion. I invite all of you to stay engaged, listen closely, and contribute your question and comments during the session. You can open your microphone after the speech. You can open your microphone and help make this program richer and more meaningful. Thank you once again for joining us. I hope today's conversation will be insightful for everyone. Pooba, you the floor, please.
Thank you, thank you, thank you, everybody, and appreciate Dr. Mohsin's invitation to participate in this training session. Good morning to all of you guys in Iran. Sorry, good morning to all of you guys in Iran. But over here in Singapore, it's good afternoon. You know, there's a time difference. So it's a good afternoon for me. You guys have just had your breakfast. Over here, I just had my lunch. So thank you to Dr. Mohsin and the Insurance Book Cafe for inviting me to present a 1 hour short session on flooding at construction site and how the C.A.R. policy respond to such exposure. So I'm very happy to be here again with the people of Iran. Tehran is your capital, and today is the 23rd of November 2025, Sunday, sharing our knowledge on this subject. My name is Pooba. Some of you are my friends connected to me on LinkedIn. If you have not connected with me on LinkedIn, please look me up. My name is Pooba Mahalingam. You can look for me, and my company name is called Talent Asia Training and Consulting. We are based in Singapore, and we are doing various work in different countries, mainly training, risk survey, and consultancy. So good to be here. Previously, we have a training session in Malaysia, and this is a photograph of the training that we did in Malaysia. We had quite a bit of participants attending. So it's good to be meeting up you guys in the course from Iran. Dr. Mohsin has been very supportive. Thank you very much, Dr. Mohsin and the team. This is just a photograph of a previous course that we did a few months ago online, where we had various participants from Iran joining us, and I believe this course was organized by IRC. Okay, thank you, Dr. Mohsin, for your continued support and collaboration with your team with Talent Asia Training and Consulting from Singapore. So guys, this will be as usual an interactive class, but please type in your question in the chat group. We will answer it after the class. We are happy to be working together with the Insurance Book Cafe of Iran. I have a question here. Which country is this? Maybe you didn't know. So I just want to tell you this is Mauritius. So we did a training in Mauritius. We were in Mauritius earlier this year. We did something on delay in startup both for construction and marine, and we had an interesting class turning up, and we had good sharing at the Mauritius Sugarcane Industry Research Institute. So this institute is located in the middle of a sugar plantation, because Mauritius has got a lot of sugar plantation. They have their own institute, and they have training rooms inside this institute. Okay, welcome all. Good morning and welcome to this session. Just to mention, there are various insurance products available, such as C.R, C.A.R, E.A.R, PI, professional indemnity, CPM, construction, plant and machinery, WC, MB, machine breakdown, industrial all risk, EEI, electronic equipment insurance, boiler insurance. These are some of the products. So maybe some of you may be wondering, what is this topic called C.E.R? So I don't know whether you are using this product, but this is actually civil engineering completed. It's a civil engineering completed risk. Okay, so this policy covers for completed highway, or it covers completed tunnel. You may have a tunnel. It covers the tunnel, or it could cover a bridge. All are completed. The important thing is it must be completed. It must be completed. So bridge, it can also cover port, or it can cover a completed jetty. Okay, so these are the items that we covered under the C.E.R. policy. But remember, it is covering for completed. So just like for building, you're going under fire policy. For completed highway or roads, you're going under C.E.R. This product is very popular in Malaysia, Indonesia, Philippines, even to some extent Singapore, because they have many highways. And the highways are insured under C.E.R. policy. Okay, so maybe next time we might do this topic as part of the training program with our friends in Tehran. So continuing, this is a typical photograph of the highway. So they have the C.E.R. policy. C.E.R. policy, civil engineering completed risk. Okay, it's for completed highway or operational highway. It covers the road, it covers the street light, it covers the drainage, it covers the pavement, everything applicable along the highway. But please remember, it doesn't cover the advertisement signboard. The advertisement signboard belongs to somebody else. So if it's an advertisement, the advertisement got to be insured under a separate program. Okay, so that is arranged under a separate program. So this is C.E.R. Okay, here you can see the road collapse. You may be wondering what happened to cause the road to collapse. Actually, it's the tunneling works. They were doing some tunneling works. Contractor was doing some tunneling works down here, and they're using what they call is a TBM, tunnel boring machine. They're using a tunnel boring machine, and while doing this tunnel boring machine, it led to the collapse. All right, so this is a typical example. This is a typical example where how the construction work trigger damage and third-party property is damaged. Okay, welcome to Singapore. Singapore is a little tiny red dot here. It's south of Malaysia. Malaysia is the green color one, green color area. There are two parts of Malaysia. This is West Malaysia, and this is East Malaysia. Two parts of Malaysia, but of course the capital is Kuala Lumpur. And over here we have another country called Brunei. Brunei is even more smaller than Singapore. It's actually a kingdom which has got a lot of oil reserve. Oil is their main business in Brunei. So these are all the countries which are located in Southeast Asia, and we have an association called ASEAN, ASEAN. What does ASEAN stand for? Association of Southeast Asia Nations. So this is called ASEAN. Okay, guys. So Singapore is a very small island. We have two linkage. This is Malaysia on top here. Down here, this is Indonesia. So Singapore is this little island. We have one bridge here and another bridge here. We only have two links to Malaysia through the bridge. And it's not very big. The size of Singapore, you'll be surprised, it's not very big. It's only about 60 kilometers this way. 60 kilometers this way, and this way about 45 kilometers. 45 kilometers. All right, so this is the trying to give you an indication of how the size of Singapore is. Okay, so this is the city of Singapore. All the business district is here. All the insurance companies and brokers are located more or less in one location in different buildings. You know, one is in the first tower, one is in the other office, and so on. So everybody is located in the same place. If you want to look at the drawing here, all the offices are located in this area. This area is called the CPD, Central Business District. Central Business District. So all the insurers and brokers and reinsurance brokers are located in one place. So if you are visiting Singapore and you are coming to visit the brokers and insurers, very easy. Just the same day, you can visit all of them by walking around in this small area. Okay, so as I said, there's two bridges. There's a first bridge and second bridge connecting Singapore to Malaysia. Singapore has also got a lot of reclamation. So what has happened now over the years, they have reclaimed this land to make it bigger, and some of this land have also been reclaimed, part of reclamation job. So reclamation job is also under C.A.R. But today our focus is more on flooding and damages at construction site and how the policy responds. That's our focus today. Okay, you can see here the pipes were damaged. Sorry, not pipes were damaged. Pipes are here, but I want to just tell you, this is on the link bridge between Malaysia. This side is Malaysia, this side is Singapore. They have the pipelines, and what happens is, to protect against damage, they do buy insurance. But these are pipelines. This is not under construction. So they have C.E.R. policy, Civil Engineering Completed Risk. C.E.R. policy is for this pipeline. Okay, just for your information. You see the cost. This link bridge was closed once since 1928. Why was it closed? Most of you might remember it was closed because of COVID. Because of COVID-19. Because of COVID-19, they closed the causeway. Immigration doesn't allow any people to move. Okay, this happened once. A few years ago during the COVID period. Okay, so I just thought I should mention that. And our engineering products are property engineering construction related products. Example, C.A.R. and fire policy and mission breakdown and C.E.R. and so on. So what we'll do today, we have an introduction about flooding. Then we go to C.R. policy section 1, section 2. Then we go to some related clauses, endorsement, examples, and then we have some Q&A. Q&A we do it at the end of the session. Okay, guys. So I'm going to show you all a photograph now and try to ask you, what can you see in this photograph? What happened in this photograph? Okay, so this is a typical example. What happened in this photograph? Yeah. So can you all guess what happened in this photograph? Okay, what happened here?
I
This
can
is actually
see
a
flood.
flooding.
I can see
Sorry?
flood. I want to ask my friend to open the microphone instead of typing the answer.
Okay.
Because Pooba
Okay.
cannot have both the chat box and the screen. Please open your microphone.
Can. If anybody is opening the question, please mention your name and your company.
Hi, it's Feryal.
Hi, good morning. Good morning. What is your name?
It's Feryal.
Oh, Feryal. Okay, how are you?
Thank you so much. I think it's flood, Pooba.
Yeah, that's correct. It is a flooding scenario. This happened in Malaysia. This is a flooding scenario in Malaysia. Okay. Thank you, Feryal. Anybody else want to answer the question or question to ask? Because there are some people who said earthquake, some people said landslide, but actually, you need to look here. This is the water, the remnants of the water. So this is actually a flood situation. Okay, it's a flood situation. It's a flooding situation. Okay, thank you, Feryal, for sharing. Okay, so briefly, the profile of the trainer. My name is Pooba. Some of you know me already. If you don't know me, please connect with me on LinkedIn. I'm involved in engineering, construction, and property insurance, and I'm doing work in different countries. Sometimes in Africa, Middle East, and also in Asia. So we have all sorts of training work that goes on. We are also doing risk survey. We have done work with AIO, OISI, College of Insurance in Kenya, College of Insurance in Nigeria, and so on. So, the company I work for is called Talent Asia Training and Consulting. We are based in Singapore. We have our own textbook as well called Engineering Insurance from MII, the Malaysian Insurance Institute. So I just want to share with you some photos. We were recently in Fiji for training. You can see this is Fiji. We did some training for the insurance company called Capital Insurance. Fiji is very far away. The capital is called Suva. While the airport is located in another town called Nadi. So Fiji is like 10 or 11 hours from Singapore. We have to fly via Sydney. So this is Fiji. We were there. And more recently, last week, we did some training in Singapore. This was a 4-day training program. It was called Engineering Insurance Mastery, organized by the Singapore College of Insurance, where we had 3 days in the classroom, and the last day we had site visit. So we had a site visit to a few locations to see the construction of MRT and LRT and metro in Singapore. Okay, so this is just some photographs to show you. We were in Mauritius before for training as well. In Mauritius, in College of Insurance of Singapore. This is the engineering insurance textbook. These are some of the training that we have done. Very quickly, Mauritius, which countries is Mongolia? So Singapore, Indonesian Re. This is Indonesian Reinsurance. We have done training with them as well. We have also done work with Takaful associations. Takaful Association in Malaysia. We have been involved in their panel discussion in the past, talking about various angles regarding this interesting subject of Takaful. Okay, we have also been to Khartoum in Sudan for training. This is in Mozambique. We have done training in Mozambique. Lagos, in Nigeria, we have done. Okay, we also do risk surveys. During COVID, we did virtual risk survey. Now I need to ask why the need for C.A.R. and how many sections are there in the C.A.R. policy? Who remembers or who knows it? Why do you buy C.A.R. policy? Section 1 is the works or material damage, while Section 2 is third-party liability, There is another section which is not very popular, and that's called Section 3. This is called advance loss of profit. Advance loss of profit, also known as a DSU. This is a very complicated subject. It talks about delay in the project, but in order for policy to respond, there must be a valid Section 1 loss. Okay, let's get down to the the flooding issue. That is the subject of today. We're talking about flooding. More rain expected. This is all about global warming or climate change. Okay, it's about global warming and climate change, and we are happy to share this subject with all of you. Trying to share something about it, about global warming and climate change. Okay, so you can see here in the airport was flooded. This was in Manila in Philippines. You can see the airport was flooded. Then they had this typhoon Gaimi dumping heavy rain in July 2024. Then in Mauritius, they also have a flooding situation. Cyclone Belal caused damage. Brunei also had flooding. Then we go into topics like this. There was a lot of flood damage insurance claim in the UAE, Bahrain, and Oman areas. Okay, so the Dubai itself, for the April 14 to 17 flooding, the insured losses were exceeding 650 million. If I remember correctly, Dubai Metro was also affected. This is the railway system serving Dubai. If I remember correctly, the claim by Dubai Metro alone was like 1 billion US dollars. Okay, then we go to talk about construction site flooding. That's our focus today, talking about construction site flooding. Okay, so construction site flooding happens and there is the policy. So the policy will pay for construction site flooding. Okay, let's go to Singapore. This is in Clementi in Singapore. You can see there's a construction going on here. This is the construction going on here, but the ground moved this way. So when the ground moved this way, they block the river. River can't flow. So the contractor have to work to remove all the earth and silt because they are blocking the river. If they continue doing this, you might have flooding as well. So this is not a flood claim, it's a landslide claim, but I'm just trying to show you what can happen. What can happen when you have a construction site going on. You never know, suddenly there could be a landslide and the river can be blocked. So in this case, we need to investigate the cause. What triggered the cause? I don't know whether any of you want to discuss about the proximate cause. Ferial, you want to mention what is the proximate cause for this case? No, Ferial is not there. Anybody else want to talk, want to answer the question? Like, what is the proximate cause of this case? Nobody wants to talk. Okay, never mind.
Hi, Pooba, how are you?
Yes, I'm okay. Who's this?
I'm Mohsen. Do you remember?
Yes.
How are you?
I'm okay.
It's
Okay.
the proximate cause in this case, I think would be the landslide, because the
Yes.
original case, yeah.
Yes, that's landslide. The answer is landslide, correct. Because there's no flooding. Flooding did not happen. Flooding did not happen. Some people think that because it's a river, it's a flooding. No, this is actually a landslide, okay? And this caused the incident and the blockage of the river. And one more question for you, Mohsin. Is it under Section 1 or Section 2?
You know, there is no third party here, I think, or maybe Section 2. I think both
there is
sides.
third party because the river is owned by
Government.
a different authority, and there's also a footpath which is owned by another party. Yes.
Yes, both section I think is affected.
Yeah, both Section 1 and Section 2 is affected. Section 1 is the works. The works is going on here. I just show you. This is the works here. The works is going on here. So there was the landslide is starting from there, and this one is all third party. So this one, the owner of the river is a third party. The owner of this walkway is another third party. So this is Mr. Mohsin Rahimi from Parsian Insurance.
Yes.
Okay, that's good. Good to hear from you. Thank you. Okay, so next we go on with our discussion. So in this case, we have to look at the sum insured and also the limit of liability. The limit of liability under Section 2. Section 1 is sum insured. Section 2 is third party liability. So in Singapore, we also have some flooding scenarios. Like here, you can see the road is flooded. Not very serious. Cars are still going, but there is some amount of flooding. You can see here this uncle is just sleeping. He wasn't disturbed by the earthquake, by the flooding. He just sleep and rest while the trucks are going past. Okay, so he's just resting. So even in Maldives, they also have flooding. They have flooding in over here. So you can see some flooding. Sri Lanka, there's also flooding. You can read this article here. They also have flooding in Sri Lanka. Okay, and the storm is so strong, some people were killed. Okay. Moving on, Sri Lanka, 15 people killed. Bangladesh also have issues. Okay. You can see the severe flooding in Bangladesh, and in this case, killed at least 18 people. So the flooding is quite serious. Flood waters have also destroyed homes, agricultural lands, roads, and critical facilities. But what I want to tell you is there's a difference between construction site flooding and operational flooding, two different subjects. Construction site flooding and operational risk. So what normally happens is under construction, if you're talking about construction, then we'll be under C.A.R. policy, C.A.R. or E.A.R., erection all risk. But if you're talking about operational cover, then operations cover will come under fire policy or IAR, industrial all risk, or can be even CECR, operational cover, CECR, civil engineering completed risk. So I'm not sure whether how you guys are familiar with these subjects. Construction is different, operation is different. Okay. Okay, in this case, you can see it's a highway under construction, and some of the material were washed away. You see the construction site is here. So some of the materials are all washed away. Because this side is higher, the water washed away, and they may have lost their site after due to the severe flooding or heavy rain. It can happen. These kind of things can happen, and there is damage to the construction site. Construction site here, this is the highway. So this highway has actually got 4 lanes highway, but only 1 lane is used. There are 4 lanes. So all the 4 lanes were affected by water. Okay, this one is another question on machinery. So I'm not sure whether you are familiar with this, but is the excavator covered under C.A.R? So the question is the excavator covered under C.A.R? Okay, is the machinery submerged? Is it covered by C.A.R?
Can be.
Who is saying can be?
Mohsen.
Mohsen, yeah,
Again.
thank you. Yeah, it's possible. It is possible if you arrange the appropriate clause. But most of the time, the policy does not cover. The policy does not cover for machinery. Normally, in Singapore, at least, the contractor will buy, the supplier or the subcontractor will buy a policy for that. So this is another one, removal of debris. So removal of debris is another area that is also will be triggered when you have a flood situation, because you got to use your resources to remove it. But I'm not sure how the policy will pay for that. So let's go to the next one. Form work washed away, that also can be covered under the C.A.R policy. See here, you see mud and silt within work site can be washed away. Okay, this is the one that I need to talk about. Project delay and machine idling time. Is this going to be covered under C.A.R? Okay, so I want everybody to think about it. Is machine idling or project delay is going to be covered under C.A.R? What's the answer for that? Okay. Okay, we give it 1 minute to think about this question. The question is project delay and machine idling time, is it covered under C.A.R? That is the question. Okay, does anybody want to answer this question? Does the policy pay for project delays or machine idling time? Mohsin?
Okay. Originally, none of them are covered under the C.A.R because on the C.A.R we basically ensure the works, and not the issuing effect of the works. But as you said, we have a section 3, advanced loss of profit, or advanced loss of
Okay.
profit, or delay for a startup, DSU,
Yeah.
some part
Yes.
of the board. They
Yeah. You're right.
Okay, about the idling the machine, I think that C.A.R is not the main product, but I think the CPM is not covered too. I don't
Yeah.
know. Is there any
most
product to cover this?
Yeah, the policy will not cover for machine idling time. So idling time is like waiting time, okay? For those who didn't understand, the meaning of the word idling means is waiting. The machinery is waiting without any activities, waiting time. So this is to cover for waiting time. So most policies will not pay, but project delays can be covered under ALOP or C.A.R. Sorry, ALOP of C.A.R or DSU. But I need to clarify one more thing. The delays or the LOP or DSU is normally taken by the owner. It's taken by the owner. So this is taken by the owner. It's taken by the owner or the principal. So a contractor is not going to be covered for this. Okay? Contractor will not be covered for LOP or DSU. Normally it's the owner. Okay, thank you, Mr. Mohsen, for sharing your answer on this point. So basically, I'm trying to tell you there's a difference between construction and operational risk. There's a difference, and construction will be covered by C.A.R. or E.A.R. policy, or you might have the WC policy, or you might have the PI policy during this stage. Then after that, you might go to CPM, construction, plant, and machinery. They're also using construction, plant, machinery for a site. So the main products here is going to be C.A.R, E.A.R. But under operational, you're going to move from here to this area. So here we'll have fire, CECR, and even maybe IAR, industrial all risk. So these are the differences between construction risk and operational risk. So which policy going to pay? It all depends on one word, which is cost. So we want to know what triggered the damage. If we know the approximate cost, then we can see which policy will respond. Okay, guys, so I move on to the next one. So this is the policy jacket, the front page. Okay, this is the front page. This is the front page of the C.A.R. policy. Just for example, it has some exclusions, and it doesn't pay for war, it doesn't pay for nuclear, it doesn't pay for willful act, and it doesn't pay for cessation of work. So you need to understand that the C.A.R. policy has got exclusions. All right, C.A.R. policy has got exclusions. All right, this is an example of a failure involving earthworks for a road project. There was heavy rain and there was flooding here, and suddenly the ground slipped. So the landslide was triggered by the flooding. There was a severe flooding here. Okay, there was a flooding here. And after the flooding, there was a landslide. So this is something that will be also covered under the C.A.R. policy, if the C.A.R. policy is covering this road project. Okay, this is another one. I showed you this earlier. The road construction, and underneath something happened and it collapsed. So it could be also something to do with flooding. Sometimes there's severe flooding and there could be sinkholes forming. Whatever it is, it all depends on proximate cause. You need to do the investigation for proximate cause. Okay, these are some of the policies that we are, some of the projects that we are involved in, involving C.A.R. and E.A.R. C.A.R. E.A.R. Infrastructure projects, railway, housing, power generation, refurbishment jobs, road projects. There are many, like infrastructure here refers to roads, bridges, and even one more, which is buildings. Buildings are going to be covered. Construction of buildings is going to be covered under the C.A.R. policy. Okay, so these are another bunch of products that we are involved with. For example, the PI, performance bond, workman compensation, and construction, plant machinery, and LOP. These are all are different purpose. We have C.A.R., we got section 1, section 2. Section 1, section 2 is the standard one. This is the extra one. Extra cover, third party. So sorry, this is section 3. This under section 3. Section 3. This under Section 2 is third-party liability. This is works. Okay, so we got the C.A.R. policy. You have all the jacket and schedule, and then you got the Munich Re wording, and then you got, the structure of the policy is like these exclusions, period of cover, general conditions, Section 1, Section 2, and this one is extra. This is extra for large projects. Large projects, but I must warn you, large projects also have high premium to consider. You need to consider that for ALOP cover, the premium is high. So the premium is high. Okay, flood is covered but subject to the clauses. There are various clauses in the policy. So here we have some clauses. And what are the clauses? Reasonable precaution. Reasonable precaution is taking care, checking, and having the right security guards. Let's say you need to have 2 security guards at project site, or maybe 3 projects, 3 contractors, so it depends. Immediate notification of loss, minimize extent of loss, furnish documents, and the last one, other policies. Other policies, if there's more than one policy, then this policy have to share the loss. And the sharing of loss will come under 2 policies, or 2 or more, could have 3 policies, then have to share into 3 policies. And what happens is they will use a calculation. It's called independent liability calculation. Independent liability calculation. Okay, let's look at this clause. This is a flooding restriction clause. I'm going to leave it here for you all to look at. Just look at this clause for 1 minute. Please look at this clause for 1 minute. Please look at the clause for 1 minute. I'm not sure whether you have this clause in your market, but this clause is used in some location when there's a high risk of flooding. So underwriter doesn't pay for flooding because this is exclusion of flooding. Exclusion of flood. So this is a clause that is used sometimes, and the policy will not, insurers will not indemnify. Okay, I just want to tell you these are some of the clauses related to flooding. Next one, warranty concerning sections. So in this case, the policy has some restriction on how you do the job. So for example, you have a project which is say 20 kilometer. It's a 20 kilometer drainage project. So it says here you must do by 300 meter, for example. So it means that when the contractor is doing the job, they can do it by 300 meters. 300 meters. 300 meters. Always it must follow this 300 meters. They must follow this. Or they can be lesser. They can be lesser, 150. But the contractor need to know the maximum length of section is 300. If they do something longer, let's say they do this. This is 500 meters. It is wrong, not accepted. So underwriter already put the limit. You can do the work 300 by 300. Okay. Okay, this one is another one. Special conditions concerning safety measures with respect to precipitation, flood, and inundation. So in this clause, before starting work, you must do a study. you must do a study about the return period of 20 years for the location insured. And you need to analyze the weather records and so on, and provide the adequate information about this calculation to insurance company. So the wording here is you must do the studies for the 20 years return period flood results. Okay. Now let's go to some examples. We have a flooding, we have a section 1 bridge project. Contractor is building a bridge. You're going to build a bridge here, and you can see the sheet pile collapse. Okay. Here's another one. You got landslide condition because of heavy rain, and the project is on this side. The project is on this side. Up here is third party. This is third party up here. There was a landslide. When there's a landslide, the building can be damaged. Okay. Okay, this one is a telecoms bridge over the river. They use a steel structure to mount it here, but the thing collapsed. So this will be a loss for contractor. Contractor has to make good this thing. This is coming under section 1, is part of the works. Okay, this is another one. Section 1 is part of the works because contractor is just finishing the job, and suddenly there was a landslide because of heavy rain. In the project site is next to the river. Okay. Okay, more cases to share. This is another one. You can see here. There's flooding caused damage to the drain, and also the cables are exposed. This is a drainage project. This is a drainage project. Okay, next one. What's the next one? We have drains as well, drainage project, and you can see the L units have been washed away because the current is too big, or it's a big flow of water. Okay, next one. You can see flooding as well. Are they testing the cars to go in the water and go on the road? No, this is not testing. This is third-party property damage, flooding. Due to the road works. Due to road works, they block the road, they block the drain to do some works at the site. However, they forgot to remove the blockage and it caused a flooding. Okay, this is another one. Road works, and they were doing some, contractor was doing some slope repair here. Suddenly, because of the heavy rain, there was a landslide. So this damage here is called PEP. This one is called PEP, Principals Existing Property. Okay, so there was a damage, C.A.R. damage, C.A.R. policy damage, and you can see there's a landslide. Part of the works was washed away, but there's also other things washed down. So it's going to be covered under C.A.R. section 1. This is, there's no third party damage because you can see the cars are all on this side. They survived. Okay, so this is another one. Just to show you, the basement car park was flooded because previously the contractor had all his items here. And when the items was here, there was a flooding that came. So all these were washed away. Luckily, the contractor has now removed all the items after the flooding situation. All right. Okay, so now I think I'm prepared to welcome questions. We got another 10 minutes to go. But before that, I just want to show you something. Thank you to Insurance Book Cafe for the opportunity to present. I just want to say that this one, design cover. Although the standard C.A.R. policy doesn't pay for design, Section 1 doesn't pay for design, but you can extend the cover using the D3 clause. By extending D3 cover, you need to pay additional premium. So this is something you need to take note of. It is possible to cover design, but additional premium. ALOP and DSU, I can just want to mention a few things here. That this is normally taken up by the project owner or principal. It is normally a principal control insurance policy or owner control insurance policy, normally requested by the banker or financer. For the policy, for Section 3 to pay, there must be a valid Section 1 loss. Okay, there's also a time access applicable. So just a few points about ALOP and design cover I want to mention. And this is the section 3 cover. It covers for the a loss of revenue or increased cost of working arising out of this incident. Okay, so training, we do topics on property engineering, IAR, and so on. So thank you again. Thanks for listening. Welcome questions. Okay, so we have a few more minutes. I'm going to stop the slides and I'm going to answer questions from the participants. Discard. Okay, so I'm going to welcome questions from the participants. Okay, who's got question to ask? Please open the mic to ask your question.
Hi, Pooba.
Hi, Asma.
I'm Asma. First, I want to thank you for the great presentation. I would like to ask a question. In a C.A.R. insurance flood loss, how can we distinguish between foreseeable hydrological event, let's say resulting from inadequate site drainage design, and a true flood event that it is, let's say, approximate cause under
Asma.
this policy?
Asma, your line was dropping just now. Can you start again from the top? Please start again, Asma.
I want to know about the distinguish between foreseeable hydrological event resulting from, let's say, inadequate site drainage design and a true flood event that is the approximate cause under the policy. What is the difference?
Okay, thank you, Asma, for asking. I will say that the proximate cause is important, and the proximate cause has to be done by the expert or the specialist. So like in Singapore, the expert or specialist is the loss adjuster. The loss adjuster will do the investigation and come up with the report. Now, I'm not sure whether you have loss adjuster in your country, but otherwise it's going to be the forensic scientist. So now, sometimes it's just flooding. But what triggered the flooding? So we need to investigate further, whether it was a coordination issue or whether the contractor was careless or was it a heavy rain. We need to know what triggered the flooding. Then we will see how the policy responds. So policy says, as long as sudden unforeseen, it will pay. Sudden unforeseen will pay. Anything else will not pay if it's not sudden unforeseen. So that's the operative clause of the policy. So we have to follow that requirement, sudden or unforeseen physical loss or damage. Yeah, there could be some disputes in terms of establishing the proximate cause and some difference in opinion. So you can call me for those kind of things. I'm happy to receive a phone call from you guys to ask some questions. Okay, I'll just type my email address here. You can always send me an email to ask questions. Okay, that's my email. Okay, any more questions to ask? I hope I have answered your question, Asma.
Many thanks. Thank you for your good explanation.
Thank you. Anybody else have got question to ask?
Hello again, Pooba.
Yeah, Mr. Mohsin.
Yes, I have no question, but I have something to share with my friend. You know, all of us know that Iran, we don't get much rain nowadays today, you know, and the risk of flood, we think that is not very high, okay, because we don't have much rain nowadays. But because because the condition of the project is not stable as the production sites, you know, they are not ready. They have a lot of machinery, and you know the site is not ready for encounter with the flood.
Right.
We must be aware that soil, okay, soil make a good role for absorbing the rain. But in Iran, because of we have a dry soil, a very low rain make a big flood. You know, we have experience in the Khuzestan, in the west of Iran, that one day rain makes a big losses in the roads, in the even in the petroleum side, you know, and we can't consider it very low chance of
Oh,
happening.
yeah.
And another thing is that we in the Iran, compared to the some countries that you said, I don't know, Singapore, Fiji, the Iran's readiness for flood is much lower because we don't have experience. You
Yeah,
know,
yeah.
uh, why in the Dubai happened and a big loss is flashed because they weren't ready as you in the Japan, in the Singapore. You know, they didn't
Yes,
consider that a flood can happen in the airport of Dubai. And
yes.
we can experience this condition here because we are not ready as much as you.
Yeah. Last year in April, when there was a heavy flooding in Dubai, did you face any problem in Iran?
No, you know, the scope of the rain didn't get to the Iran side.
Because I'm told that there was flooding in Oman, Bahrain, United Arab Emirates, as well as a few other areas in the Middle East region. What do you
Yes,
think?
but I don't remember that the Iran region affected by that rain. But I
Okay,
completely remember that Dubai airport, you know, the conditions.
okay, okay. That's fine. That's fine. Okay. Thank you for your comments, Mr. Mohsin. Who else wants to talk? Anybody else want to talk? Feryal?
Hello, Pooba.
Okay. Yeah, hi.
Hi, this is Nazanin speaking. Thank you for the
Nazanin.
great.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Nazanin, we spoke before. You joined the class before, right?
yeah, I've already joined your classes and I've enjoyed your presentation so much.
Thank you.
Thank you. I've got a question regarding the ALOP and DSU. I wanted to make sure if I've got it right or not. If a heavy rain, for example, in a project causes loss, causes a delay in a project, but no physical damage, ALOP will not respond. Am I right?
Correct. There must be damage under Section 1. Only then the ALOP will respond. So for ALOP to respond, there must be a flooding, there must be an explosion, there must be a fire, there must be a landslide. Then Section 3 ALOP will trigger. Thank you.
So
Thank
such.
you, Nazanin, for raising
Thank
that
you.
point.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah. Okay, next question. Anybody else wants to ask?
I want to add something to Mohsen Rahimi point on the flood risk.
Yeah.
Actually, we no longer experience normal and steady rainfall during all of the seasons. As everybody knows, the climate pattern has changed everywhere, and instead of having normal rain during each season, we now face heavy rains concentrated within a very short period of time that can cause
Yeah.
a flash flood. And unfortunately, due to the lower rainfall, we think we don't need safety measure. Even we use river bed in order to because of the low rainfall, we are using and constructing riverbed. I believe the flash flood and the flood risk is higher now, and it can happen in Iran more than before.
Understand. This thing is a global scenario, you know. Even in Singapore, we didn't have severe flooding in the city, but now there's some flooding in the city because it's part of the global warming scenario. So contractors doing work need to be careful about rain, and suddenly there could be heavy rain and the works could be damaged. Yeah, so all this is the effect of global warming and climate change. Thank you, Dr. Mohsen, for sharing.
Thank you. Thank you, everyone. Thank you, Pooba. Thanks again for accepting our invitation to this webinar and sharing your insight with us. I truly appreciate your time and effort. It was an honor to having you again, and we genuinely hope to welcome you in person in the future in Tehran. Thank you. Thank to everyone again. Wish you all in having inspiring day ahead.
I'm sorry, Dr. Karachi, I would like actually to raise a question.
Is it okay, Doctor, for Ehsan to raise a question?
Please.
Oh, perfect.
Proceed.
So I would like actually to know about two concernings nowadays we're just facing in the industry. So what is your practice in Singapore market? Do you normally use deductible or franchise on act of God risk like flood or catastrophic events like earthquake?
Okay, so Mr. Ehsan, I have update for you. We don't have earthquake exposure in Singapore. We don't have nat cat in Singapore. We only have a little bit of flooding and a little bit of other, you know, storm and heavy rain. So what we normally do, we put a higher excess for flood, maybe 50,000 or 100,000 Singapore dollars to take care of that sort of heavy rain and flooding situation. We as I said, we don't have earthquakes, so there's no such concern for that in the construction projects. Okay, but having said that, I just want to share the story about Thailand. Thailand is also don't have earthquake in their country, but recently, about a few months ago, there was an earthquake in Myanmar. The earthquake in Myanmar triggered the vibration, and the vibration affected in Bangkok, and I mean that's a few hundred kilometers away, and still there was a building under construction that shook and collapsed, and there was a big claim over there due to the building construction and the effect of earthquake and vibration from the ground. The ground is moving few hundred kilometers from Myanmar, and yet the policy has to respond.
So just assume that you say yes, and you normally actually use a franchise or some kind of minimum deductibles in the C.A.R. policies.
Yes.
And my question is just about if there is okay to put some franchise deductible in the engineering policies, what are the measures? What are the measures and what are the instruments actually normally the insurance companies use in order to control the risk and make some mitigations?
Okay, I mean, there are many factors to consider, you know. For example, I've seen underwriters in Malaysia, when they're doing a flood mitigation scheme, they don't cover the flood. Flood is excluded when they're doing flood mitigation scheme. So these are certain practices by the insurance company accordingly. Sometimes they do cover flood, but with a sub-limit. So there are various formulas being used. One of it is to totally exclude flood cover from the C.A.R. Okay, Ehsan, thank you for your question. Anybody else got question to ask? If there's no question, I will suggest we'll take a group photograph with everybody switching on the video. So we have a group photograph for our records. Mr. Mohsen Rahimi already switched on his video, his camera. Asma is there. Nazanin is there. Anybody else switching on the video? Then we can take quickly do a group photograph. Where is our friend Ferial? Ferial, are you coming?
I think she is in another meeting.
Oh, okay. Yeah, you guys are working today because it's a Sunday is working. Over here in Singapore, Sunday is not a working day, unless some of the essential services like the fire department and the police will be working today. Okay, so we are Monday to Friday. Okay, guys. Okay, I think everybody is here. Let's take a photograph. A big smile, guys. I don't know whether I caught the photograph. No, I'm afraid not. The photo function is not working. So I don't know. No, it's not working. So I try to take it with my mobile, which is not so perfect. But
I will send you.
You managed to do.
Okay. Yeah, I will send you.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Over to you, Dr. Mohsen, for the closing.
Thank you. Thank you once again to you and the people. Hope to have all of you in our next webinar. Thank you once again, Pooba, for accepting our invitation. Hope to have you in person in Tehran as soon as possible.
Thank you. And
Thank
goodbye.
You. Bye-bye.
Thank you, everybody. Thank you, Dr. Mohsen. See you guys. Thanks for the lovely questions. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.